Konnichiwa. Hello.
I'm Keiko and I'm 19.
I'm Mark Kubumatsu.
Inorganic filters are things like zinc oxide and
But when you get a disease,
What they love in Russia.
Barbell Radio.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for listening to Barbell Radio. We have a Japanese athlete talking with me in English today. It is a female bench press athlete. Her name has been brought up many times in the powerlifting community, not only in Japan, but the world as well. She currently holds the raw and equipped Japanese bench press record, 123.5 kilos raw bench and 140 kilos in equipped as a 57 kilo athlete. And not only can she bench an enormous amount of weight, she benches in a very unique style as well. And this was also taken up by Jonnie Canditos' YouTube video. And I'm sure I'll be able to hear a lot of interesting perspective on the sport today. So we have Akane Ishibashi. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for introducing me and thank you for inviting me.
We talked about this before we recorded this episode, but maybe you can tell me why you're such a good English speaker.
Okay. So I has been to America, Chicago, as an exchange student when I went to the graduate school. So I have stayed there for about 10 months in nearby Chicago.
Ah,
Yes.
nice. So 10 months and you're very fluent English speaker. So you must be a very quick learner as well.
Probably.
Okay. And how did you start, your bench press career? Have you always been a very active person? Or?
Actually, not really. I played basketball when I was junior high school student, but I'm not good at. And then I didn't do any sports when I go to high school. Then when I go to university, and there actually I found out my body shape is not such good when I wear suits. So I decided I need to shape up. I need to have some diet.
Right.
Then I just joined the university's not powerlifting but bodybuilder club because if you join the club, you can use the gym for free. So that's my first a muscle training, like a workout. My first time in my life. So at the very first, I just want to be shaped up, to be honest.
That's
and
crazy.
maybe that's a destiny. There is a senior student. He do powerlifting there, and then he teach me how to do powerlifting, like a squat, bench press, and deadlift. And then he found me, I can do the arch easily higher. So he said maybe it's good for you to focus on bench press. And luckily, do you know Masashi Fukuda?
Fukuda from Saitama? I don't know. Does he own a gym now?
Saitama. Yeah, from Saitama. He is the 66 kilograms equipped one world champion.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And actually, his gym is very close to my university. Just by train, just 10 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
So the senior students take me to Masashi-san's gym. Then I really start to do bench press because when I notice I go to the competition, something like that. I was like, where am I now? Competition.
That's crazy. So was the first competition, was that raw or equipped?
Raw.
Bro. And
In
what was
powerlifting.
in powerlifting? Okay.
Yeah.
What was that like? Do you remember your first competition?
Yeah, I remember my first competition.
How was that like?
Well, not bad, I think, as a beginner. But compared to now, it's a way lower weight.
Okay,
Yes,
and
yes.
you were a 57 from the start, or?
No, I was in 63.
Oh, you were in 63. Okay.
I was in 63. Yeah.
And I'm curious to know, like, when you started training, was there a lot of like female lifters?
Actually, no.
I thought so.
But luckily there was a club mate. She did powerlifting when she went to high school, when she was a high school student. So I learned a lot from her.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. And going into that the bodybuilding like club for your university must have been like very nerve-wracking. Like you must have had some sort of hesitation to go in there. Or were you just like, you know what, I need to shape up. I'm just gonna start it and see what happens. Which one were you like?
Maybe the second one. Because I decided I want to do some shape up that time. So I don't really hesitate to knocking into their club room. Yes.
Okay.
But to be honest, like when I started training for like 2 weeks, and it's super hard. Like we train almost every day, and sometimes pretty hard, tough.
Right.
And I was like, why I decided to do this? Okay, because so many of my friends, they just enjoy, their university campus life. They hang out. I mean, maybe just go to Disneyland or something. But me is go to the gym and
struggle
with the dumbbells.
No, I know exactly how you feel. We have a very different way of enjoying our university time. I was like that too, Everybody was going out, and then going into the gym was like my only social and something other than my school life. So I think we have a very similar story to that as well. And also, how did you get into bench press? Like you must have had an option to go into powerlifting, but you obviously went into bench press. Is that only because you had a high arch, or was there some other reason?
Actually, for that reason, I got a injury with my knee when I do squatting. Maybe so many people had the same, injury problem, like when they do, especially squats. So I hurt my right knees. And when on that time when I like walk, I can feel like this. Like my right side is not like unstable. I decided to stop squatting for a while and just focus on bench press. Maybe that's then after that my knee is getting better, so now I started to squatting again, but I'm trying to be careful for it. So maybe that's the main reason. Yes.
And you're a bench press main, but like as you said, you also train squat, and as powerlifting athlete, you have to do the deadlift as well. What is like I'm curious to know what's your max squat and deadlift is like. I have no idea.
Well, to be honest, I haven't done deadlift for a long time. My last competition in powerlifting was almost 5, no, not 5. But yeah, around 3-4 years ago. Around 4 years ago.
Okay.
At that time, it's like deadlift is just 110.
Wow. Okay.
But squatting now is like I didn't do my maximum, but I can do 100 for 2 times, like 2 reps.
So obviously
so
very strong.
110. Well, compared to powerlifter, it's not. I'm just
as a non-powerlifter, you're very, very, you're very strong as well. And I don't know, just maybe getting into like your what you call the zero bench, which is your form of your style of lifting, which is very fascinating to me. And I've heard of this term zero bench not only from your videos but actually from like other Japanese lifters, even in my gym. So and I'm guessing this name zero bench came from from having a very small or close to zero range of motion that you get out of the bench press. And you can see a lot of your training videos on your YouTube channel, which I will link in the description of this episode. But maybe you can briefly explain how you were able to get to your current bench press form.
Yep. Well, briefly explain. Kind of difficult.
No, we have all the time.
Maybe the key point is how you use your shoulder blade, like how you use your scapulars and your back. Yeah, maybe that's the main point of my bench press form. I focus on. Also, there's some like a how's a grip technique. Also, maybe you have heard of Japanese grip, like has been invested by Daiki Kodama. Yes. So that's a little bit, but mainly it's the back and the softness of your back, your backbone, and also how you control your shoulder blade and the scapulars. If you only use your arm to do bench press, it's impossible to reach the zero bench. So maybe and also the leg drive.
Okay.
So my bench, to briefly explain my bench press image, is start with my leg drive. Then meanwhile, pull down my shoulder blade, scapular, to my highest position of my arch. Then do a little bit bending of my elbow.
So were you able to like achieve this form from the very start, or was it something that you invented for yourself, like trial and error?
Yeah, try and error. Because maybe some of you can. I think I posted one video on my YouTube to compare my previous form and now, and it's easily can say even my previously I have maybe a high arch, but it's not zero bench for sure. So how to say? Maybe you have see so many like a bench press or if powerlifter, they have almost actually say they have high arch as well, very very high arch as well. But the difference is how they use their shoulder blades. When I see they didn't use their shoulder blade, that's why even they have high arch, it's difficult for them to reach zero.
What is the image of how your shoulder blade is like during the zero bench?
Like pulling down.
Oh, okay. So pretty much pull your scapulars back and then down.
Yes. So actually, it takes time. I think I have done bench press for around 8 years. So also do the stretching for more than 5 years. Then,
what kind of places do you stretch?
Yes, like back and your side body, your scapular, and also your feet. Yes, I mean also do a lot of stretching. Yes, I take my 40 minutes. Maybe you will see my how to say next month.
Yeah.
Maybe you can see my warming up. You are not.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually are competing in the same meet next month in Japan Classic Bench Press competition. What are you trying to go for in that competition?
I'm trying to break the Japanese record this time. My own Japanese record. Yep.
And your bench is just keeps getting better, right? Every year.
Sometimes bad, but sometimes good.
Okay.
It's always like this.
Up and down. So
Up
good
and
times
down.
and bad times. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you go into a competition and you are starting your bench and you're setting up, so the things that's going through your head is the whole putting your scapula back together and then down, and also using your back and getting your chest high, like close to the bar. Also, your grip is super wide. You're using your leg drive. There are a lot of things to think about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
is that do you have like a step-by-step list of the things that you think about? Or is it almost like you've learnt it with your body?
How to say? When I do competitions, only thing I focus is just my scapulars. Yes. Or maybe when the referee said start, I will start my leg drive. But when I do my forming, just the scapular position I focus on. Yes.
Okay.
And for other things, as you say, there are so many points in my form. So just practice as much as I can. Then let it go to your body. Get body. Yeah.
Right. So you've practiced so many times that it really comes naturally during the competition.
Yeah, but still comes to competition. Everybody will feel it different.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm sure it's both, but do you think it's more includes your flexibility or your technique? Like, if you had to say that out of 100, how many percent is flexibility and how many percent is technique? Sorry, maybe that's a bad question, but
Oh no, it's okay. Yes, I mean for 100, it could be 50-50, I guess. But over 100, we are maybe how to say 7. But power also need the power. If I don't have power, I can't hold it.
Right.
Yeah. So it's kind of maybe my flexibility is a little bit high percentage for sure. Yeah. But meanwhile, if I don't have the power, I even cannot hold it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And just having that bar on your wrist is also a lot of stress as well on your wrist, right?
Yes.
And have you had any like injuries during your bench at all, or?
I think for the rest, almost everybody has a little bit injury. Yes. Yeah, I had all the time. Maybe I should say.
Okay. Your wrist. Okay. What about the rest of your body? Because I know with such high arch, I think a lot of people would say that you have a lot of stress on your neck as well, because you're carrying a lot of weight and you're putting a lot of stress on your neck, and people are always curious if you have any injuries like on your neck when you bench press, like especially in a powerlifting form. Like, do you have you had any like big injuries while you're benching?
For upper neck, actually no. Before, actually, I also do like a stretching up to my neck. Maybe that's why. Yeah. So I don't have much injury with my neck, and I even don't have much injury with my shoulder. But I have more injury on waist and the forearm. Yeah.
Forearms too.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Maybe I need more muscle to for the forearm to hold the heavy.
Okay.
Because of, yes. Yeah.
And so your forearms your muscles of the forearm starts to hurt?
Yeah, my muscles start to hurt. But I think I need to train more.
Your forearms.
Yes.
I don't know. Well, maybe just a little bit more about your training. And for you to bench over 120 kilos is definitely not only technique, but also because of your strength that you build over time. And I'm curious to know, like, how many times a week do you bench?
3 to 4 times a week. Yes.
Okay. And what do you do during those 3 to 4 times, like per session? Do you do the same thing, or?
No, it's different. Maybe like a big image is one day be the maximum day, and then second day be the form check day. Like use the load, just focus on the form to try to discover something new. And the third day is like with a narrow bench. You hold the narrow grip to like more and leg feet up, like so like to get more strength training. So big image like this, yeah. Maybe if I have a time, I will do form check one more time. Yeah, something like that.
So you do different things all throughout the week.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. And you said like during your form check, you may be able to discover something new. You know, your bench seems like complete. Like it's like you cannot shorten your range of motion anymore. you're super strong. Like, is there any like new realization nowadays? Because I feel like it's almost complete, like your bench press.
No, not yet. There's still many things. I'm still confusing how to get it now.
Okay. What is one thing that you're really like 나야무, like a big problem for you?
The Japanese grip.
Oh,
That's the one thing I'm trying to achieve. It's really difficult. Also, which the position of your back you are, attached to the seat. Near to your back or near to your neck or near to your shoulder. It can be totally different three position. Even different position when you do equipped or when you do classic.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
And where do you attach your body to the bench right now?
Right now, neck.
Your neck.
Almost the end of the neck. All this,
Okay. And that's something that you've obviously like trial and error and discovered for yourself as well.
Yeah. Yes. Still trying.
How long does it take for you to get through a session? You said about 14 minutes to do your warm up.
Yes.
And obviously it depends on the day, but when you do your max training, like how long are you in the gym for?
Actually, for the stretching and the warming up is also always the same. No matter I'm doing home just the maximum or no, I only do my bench form checking. I always the same, like warming up. Maybe just when I go to the maximum, just put a maximum weight.
Okay. So would you say like a few, like 2 hours or like an hour and a half or?
You mean the practicing time?
Yeah, practicing time.
Working out. It depends. Average 3 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours.
Yes.
Whoa. Okay. That's a very, very long time.
Well, not always. Powerlifting is not like it's bodybuilding. Like just 1 or 2 minutes, like interval. We take maybe 5 or 10 minutes for interval. So compared to bodybuilder.
Right. We can rest, relax.
Yes.
Things like that. Okay. And I've actually seen on a YouTube video where Daiki Kodama is actually warming up to do his bench press, but he's doing the bar for many sets.
Yes.
Until he feels like he has it right. So he's just continuously just doing the bar, like set after another. Is that what does your warming up look like? Does it look like that or?
Well, no, my woman's like a shaft, then 60, 80, 100, something like that.
Okay. And how many like sets do you do of each weight?
But for shaft, I do 5 sets. But for 60, just 2. Then 81, 101, something like this. But mention to the shaft, maybe yes, I did more sets.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so like there are a lot of strong bench press athletes in Kei's gym where you train at as well in Yokohama. And also Japan has many great bench presses. What is something that maybe non-Japanese bench presses can take from Japanese benches?
You mean for overseas powerlifter, what kind of technique can they learn from Japanese?
Yeah, what can they learn from Japanese benches?
It's kind of, I should say, just in my opinion, definitely they have much more strong bodies than us. Well, but actually, to be honest, every time when I saw World Championship, they are getting more technique than before.
Right.
I think they are definitely already learned a lot from maybe Daiki saw his video or something. maybe high arch. I can see so many overseas lifters, they are reaching to the high arch as well. Yes.
Okay. So maybe the techniques or creating that high arch maybe is something that they can learn from Japanese benches.
It could be one thing, but it's not necessary, to be honest, because they have power.
Okay.
So maybe something, maybe leg drive could be good for them to use their power more effectively, like use the whole body, not only the upper body power. Maybe leg drive is one. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So creating that arch, using that leg drive, maybe the grip as well, like you mentioned before. But everybody's having a very Japanese kind of style of bench press grip recently too, you know?
Yes.
Okay. Just a very different way of benching though. It's really interesting. And maybe just a little bit about what's going on the internet about your bench press technique. And I think Jonnie Canditos in the USAPL, he did a video mentioning, and you were at the intro of his video.
Yeah.
And there's a video of you benching and with a very, very small range of motion, as you usually bench. And he's saying, what was he saying during that video?
Maybe he just say it's not bench press, I guess. Maybe he's just, in my opinion, his main point is we need to change the rule. Decide which the bar we should grip to make it more, long range of motion. You know.
So because there are a lot of benches nowadays that have a small range of motion, he's saying that it's no longer bench press because you're not really pushing the bar as far.
Yes.
So he made what is it? He had an idea of changing the width grip by weight class. Is that right?
Yeah. Something like that.
By weight class. So people who are in the heavier weight class are allowed to have a wider grip, whereas if you're in a low weight class, you have to have a narrower grip. Does that sound right?
I think that's something he tries to say.
Okay. And when you saw that video, obviously you did a response video to that as well. How do you feel about people criticizing your bench press?
Actually, I don't really care, to be honest. How to say? Because if you know me from very first, you know that I didn't reach the zero bench at once. But there's so many talent players, they can reach, zero bench very easily. But it took me a long time. So I kind of confident with my form, and actually it wasn't a challenge too, because when I train at the gym and the Daiki Kodama, he always say if the ideal one is if not it's a range motion of the zero, it's the ideal style, and but he's maybe in that moment he said nobody can do that. Maybe that's why he says that. But in my case, that's why not? Let me try. So I just tried to try an error, try to reach the zero and the bench. Yes. So when people say about the range of motion is too low, it's not a bench press anymore, but I'm still pressed actually. Press in different way, not with my arm but with my back.
Right. So just because it's a small range of motion, it doesn't mean that anyone can achieve it. Obviously, like you said, you've come a long way in your bench press, and you've had a lot of trial and error creating this bench press form. You must have a lot of flexibility, a lot of thinking to create your technique right now. So it's not like anyone can go in and then create your zero bench form and then bench 123.5 kilos straight away.
Yeah, but I mean, there's so many talented people. Maybe they saw my video and they can do it easily. I guess so. Yes. But when maybe say when there are many and many people started to do zero bench, so maybe zero will change. But we'll see.
How would you feel if everybody started doing the zero bench?
Then I just go to with different style of bench press.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, to create like a smaller range of motion, or do you mean
Like
a different
more, how
style?
to say? Even actually for the zero range bench, I still feel how to say? I still feel hard to press. I still feel heavy. Well, I want to try to figure out something more easily to press.
So not necessarily easy to press for you right now, even if it's very small range of motion.
Yeah, it's very small range of motion. Still heavyweight is heavyweight.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
And why do you think that people are saying all these like negative things about the bench press? Like, what do you think people want to get out from saying that?
How to say? Just in my opinion, I'm not saying it's bad or something wrong. If for people who is not really get into powerlifting or not into bench press, maybe it's not easily for them to understand. Even I have small range of motion, it still need power to hold it. You still need the muscle to hold it. They only look at the flexibility part, but they kind of like losing the holding weight part. So maybe that's why that could be one of the reasons. And the second one is people who do bench press, who are doing bench press or compete in bench pressing, is they have different strengths. And definition with me. For them, definition means muscle, how big muscle you have, and that's mean you are strong. But in my definition of strength, it also could be flexibility. Meanwhile, and because also in different sports, for example, judo. When people has the big muscle, yes, they are strong, but you cannot say people has speed, they are not strong. So I think that's how the definition, how we think, defines the strength. Thinking about the strength. That's why we can go to different side.
Right. So the whole definition of strength in general is different from you and other bench presses, and maybe people who lift as well. And I kind of agree to that, because I wouldn't call myself strong, because I think I would call myself good at squat, bench, and deadlift. But I don't know if I can call myself strong, because you can tell me like, oh yeah, can you move that rock? And I will probably do just as bad as anyone else, So it's I know. Competing, being good at the sport of powerlifting. And I am not saying that, I'm a strong person. Like that's I think that's a wrong message, I think being good under the rule of the sport makes you a good athlete. Maybe we have a similar views there,
Yes. Yeah.
And maybe people criticize you because they think that maybe it's something out of jealousy, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe.
They're comparing, saying, I don't know, oh no, she benches very close to me, saying similar numbers. I feel very
yeah.
That's not a bench
cheating,
press.
something like that.
Maybe they have that as well. Okay. Obviously, you don't really care. Have you always not cared about what people are saying?
Even I care, I will not change anything of my working out menu. So they're not really influence me nothing, because I just keeping discovering my new style of bench press. This just trying to getting try to lift more weight as much as I can, try to overcome myself. That's the thing I focus on. Not the thing I focus, what people say to my form. So it's totally
Yeah.
nothing.
Mm.
Yeah.
No matter what anybody say about you, you're still, winning competitions. So why not, Yeah, I guess. And I'm also curious, like when you're at a competition, obviously the judges, so the center judge, right judge, left judge, must be like very like looking very closely at your form.
Yeah.
I think especially you.
Yeah.
Would you agree to that? I feel like they would.
I think so, yes. Yes.
And have you ever been called on like your butt going off the bench, or like your elbows aren't locked out or anything like that?
For me, mainly will be the butt. Yeah, because when I try to leg drive, sometimes maybe just too much. Then maybe one side will lift up.
Your butt is like really just slightly on the bench, right? At the start?
Actually, not really. It's not really actually. I'm trying to adjust the part of my bench press now. So trying to use some lock technique.
Okay.
Let my butt stick on the bench.
Right. Because I just interviewed a guy who is also a judge, and he hates judging like lightweight female bench presses because he cannot tell where is the butt and where is the thighs, like your hamstrings.
Yes.
So it's very hard to tell,
Yeah.
So obviously, like you, like are very careful during your training, as well.
Yes.
And and people check your form and stuff. Yeah.
Yes, because to be honest, I'm not saying something bad, but to be honest, the referee in Japan, and when you go to the international competition, the referees, international referees are more strict, more restrict than Japanese referees. I'm not saying something bad, but just compare. Yeah. So even so, I really need to be careful with my butt. Even I'm okay with Japanese one, but doesn't mean I'm okay with international. So always try to use international standard train.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay. I've heard a lot of people say that too. So.
Already,
Yeah, as well. Okay. Interesting. No, I can imagine, like, because everybody's like watching your attempts during the bench, especially if it's like national record, and the judges are really closely looking at your bench form.
Yes,
and,
like this.
yeah, right, like sideways and like bending down on the floor and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, you must feel like a VIP almost.
Yes.
Okay. And you talked about international competitions, and on your YouTube and your Instagram you have Japanese followers as well as English followers. Do you think Japanese people are more understanding of your bench press form, or do you think like it's the same as Japanese people and people from overseas?
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit difficult question. Maybe Japanese people are more easy to understand my form compared to overseas, because in Japan we go to the same national competition, so they have a chance to see not only me but also other Case Yokohama, my team members bench press. Definitely can figure out some common point between us.
Right.
And also then maybe they'll start to look at the Instagram, so maybe they'll get more information compared to overseas powerlifter or bench pressers.
Okay. So because a lot of more people have a higher arch in Japan, maybe, especially in your gym. So
well, not only my gym, but also other powerlifting gym. I think it's a trend people has like high arch.
In Japan, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So Japanese people are a little bit more understanding.
Yes.
But I'm sure no one has ever come up to you and criticized your bench press form in your face.
Not yet.
Right. Okay. Yeah, but either way, you just do your thing, and if the rules change, you just change your form, right? So it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
big of a deal. Right. Okay. So what do you think about Jonnie Candido's not request, but like idea to change the grip based on your weight class? Do you think this is a good idea or?
I'm not to judge it good or bad. I'm just saying it's kind of impossible.
Okay.
Yeah. For example, like even people who are in the same body weight, for example, even in the same like 57 body weight, maybe I'm higher than her, she's lower than me, maybe she's higher than me, but so which means whose height, we can have different height but the same body weight. So the high weight has a high long arms. So it's even she is in a lightweight body classes, but that doesn't mean her arm is short. Everybody's arm is same length.
So naturally you already have a disadvantage if you're taller in the weight class.
Yeah, actually I'm kind of taller in my weight.
That's really interesting. Okay. So people in the same weight class, even if they're in the same weight class, people have different height, so that makes it different. That's interesting. But like wouldn't you say it's the same for like squat? Because if you have longer legs, you're at a disadvantage already, but you have to suck it up. Do you think if people made like a bench grip with like a Jonnie Canditos rule of like you have to hold narrow if you're under some specific weight class, like it doesn't matter how long your arms are, you have to suck it up. Like, do you think maybe you can say the same thing?
Compared to squat, yes, kinda, yeah.
Because like deadlift, if you have long arms, you're at a good like advantage, right?
Yeah,
So that's good for you. And if you have short arms, that's bad for you. But maybe even in the bench press, I don't know. I feel like if you're taller, you'll be at a disadvantage in the bench press. If you're shorter, you'll be at an advantage. I don't know. I think with grip, I don't know. With grip should be, maybe you could say the same thing. Like maybe you can change it to what Jonnie Candido said and still be the same as other, I don't know. Because there are other ways that your biomechanics can disadvantage you. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know.
Yeah. I understand. But if in that cases, but then we just, if the rule really changed like that, then we just compare another rules. Maybe just discover some different technique. That's could be interesting.
Do you think it's still possible to create like a zero bench form if you have a narrower grip?
Well, technically, no.
Okay.
But the movement could be the same.
So maybe you can still bench like a very similar weight.
I need to practice, but I think it's not impossible. If I practice and just get into that rules, I mean, with narrow grip, then should be okay, I guess. Because bench press is not only the power,
Right.
muscle amount.
Yeah, that's true. And I I think I have like a very interesting bench style too, because when my hands are closer, I have a better leverage, you know? Like I feel like I can press better. Like I feel stronger in that position. But when my hands are like outside the 81 centimeter ring, then I feel like maybe I'm just not used to it, but everything just feels really hard. So my leverage is, I feel like it's better when my grip is narrow. And I don't know, I think it can depend on like the athlete's, you know, bone structure and their biomechanics as well. But do you think the shorter the range of motion, the stronger you are at the bench press, or do you think the leverage still matters a lot too?
Actually, it's really depend on your body, like you said, your body,
how your body's made.
Yeah. I should say, for most people, in classic, in non-equipped, if you have the shorter range of motion, definitely you have more advantage to press more. Like deadlift, you have long, yes. So for the normal, for many people, for most of for the high percentage, if you have shorter range of motion, it can let you reach higher heavy weight easily.
Right.
But but if you really have the strong shoulders, back, you don't need to shoulder your range. If you shoulder your like range of motion, you can't use the muscle well. Then it's not a style for you.
Okay. So it's you should. So not everybody suits that for example, like your style of bench press, but there's also a way where, you know, maybe people have their own ways of where they feel strong, and and you should follow that.
If you go, if you have learn from some coach and your coach give him some advice and see I couldn't see everybody, so I need to see your practice to see your form, then maybe I can tell which is better for you or not. But for the powerlifting, for bench press, maybe the power form, like the wide grip, you could give it a try. When you try 1 year, 2 year, you still don't get to the form, then you can just say bye-bye to that form. So first give it a try, then figure out you can get it into like let it become your form.
So give it a good try.
Yeah, give it a good try. So maybe your problem is not your muscle, is not your grip, it's just the course, how you lift. Maybe if you only change the course direction of your course, everything could be okay. Yes.
So your course meaning like your bar path, or?
Yes. So maybe some people has watched the Daiki's online seminar. I don't know. So some people the PowerPoint is up like here, but some people PowerPoint is like back, like down here. So first you try to see which one is better for you. You are like the PowerPoint is upper one or the PowerPoint is lower one. So that's the first thing you need to figure out. Then try, not because if people that PowerPoint is up but try to use my form, it could be harder for him to let him to export his maximum power. So so first thing, just figure out. Yeah.
So power form, like where you feel the strongest when you unrack the bar. If you feel stronger like below your chest, or if you feel stronger like just above your chest, or so what would your power form be, like point?
For me, I'm definitely the lower
Right.
Yeah. So I feel more easily to push when my shaft is like here compared to here.
Right. Okay. And it could vary with different athletes as well. And I feel like, I don't know, it just, everybody's just reaching, nowadays, I feel like everybody's just trying to get to where you are right now. Like everyone's just chasing for that range of motion, like the small range of motion. And like the shorter the better, the shorter the better. But I don't know, like personally, if that is true, because I can at least say for my case that, okay, I could, shorten my range of motion, but I feel like a lot more stronger when, the bar is, I hold the bar narrower and, and press like that. So I think it's very, I don't know. It's not the only thing that matters, I guess, range of motion. And you just kind of explain that too.
Yes. So not how to say, first you need to figure out your power point is up or lower. Then try to find the best way for you to reach your maximum. So how to say, I think maybe for female, because we are compared to male, we are more flexibility. I mean, in general. So maybe most female powerlifter or bench presser, they can easily to get, because their power point could be lower, I guess.
Okay.
So maybe for female, easy. Maybe it's good way to let them shoulder their like range of motion. They can get like a heavier weight. Maybe for male, just in general. But for male, if you have the high power point is your upper, but you try to move to lower, then maybe you cannot get a very effective like progress.
Right. So I think the lower where your power point is, maybe the higher arch can benefit you.
Yes. But even look at Daiki. He even don't have a high arch, he still can lift a lot. So high arch doesn't mean everything.
Yeah, at least everything anyways. Yeah. I guess, you make a good point about females being more flexible too, I think. I don't see a lot of, actually, Usui-san from Yasuki Jimu.
Yes, I know him.
Bench is like very similar to yours, right?
Yes.
It must have a crazy flexibility as well.
Yes, he's super soft.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes.
He's a 93 kilo athlete, I think, right?
93.
93
Yeah.
athlete.
Like 83 to 93 around it.
Okay. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay. So what's next for you? Obviously, you have this national classic bench press competition coming up, and you are planning on breaking your own Japanese record.
Yes.
What else do you have coming for this year? Like your goals, competitions?
Yeah. Keep doing, and maybe after my classic bench, I will move to equipped one.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that must have a very different form as well.
Yeah. Yes. And actually, I don't have time to prepare much for equipped one.
When is that?
In July, the first week. So just like 3 weeks later.
Oh no.
Only 3 weeks. So yeah, but also trying to break my record there too. So June is a hard time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think even for equipped lifting, I think it would be very hard to like do zero bench, because you have a really, really tight fabric on you, and it would be hard to arch, wouldn't it?
Yep. Yes. For the equipped one. Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
You just wear that suit. Have you tried equipped one?
No,
Not
but
yet?
I really want to.
Then why not?
I mean, I'm planning on going to learn from someone, like just give it a try, and then I'm really excited to. I don't know. I feel like it seems very expensive to me, equipped lifting.
Maybe first you can try Homla. It's not expensive as a previous one.
Okay, so that's like different brand.
Yes. Oh, yes. Equipped one have different brands. The main suit most people use is the katana from Titan
Yeah.
from America. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll give it a try. And what do you see in like the future of equipped lifting? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
In Japan.
To be honest, maybe no many people want to do equipped one because it's difficult. It's hard. And it's tough. And it's give you a high risk to get injured. To be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. And you need people to support you. So you need a team, or you need to go to a powerlifting gym where you can practice. Because normal go to gym is difficult to practice with equipped one. So maybe it's be less competing player in Japan. Yes. But I still want to see, because it's kind of interesting one. Because imagine you can hold like a 30 or 40 kilograms more than your, row bench. It's different. It's totally different world.
Because I think a lot of people, maybe some international listeners right now, they don't. Maybe it's the same for every other country, but like the competitors in equipped is declining like rapidly right now, and a lot of people are trying to be let's keep equipped lifting alive, like trying to get as many people into equipped lifting as possible. But realistically speaking, it's not really working, right? Like it's slowly dying. Like
Yes.
So it's, I don't know.
Yeah, actually just for single bench, because when I started compete in bench press, the world championship, they didn't have the classic bench competition. That's why many people did equipped one, because the world championship they only have equipped one.
Right.
But nowadays the classic one, how to say? I think 5 years ago or 6 years ago, I forgot, the IPF they started the single bench classic. So that's a big reason, I guess, for the equipped. But we can see, maybe we can give it a different like side of view. If we can see the equipped as a show, it will be super cool.
Like an event.
Yes.
Yeah, like a Superman kind of like people lifting crazy amount of weight kind of like show for entertainment. Yeah, that's a really, really interesting idea.
Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know if that could lead to people wanting to actually do the sport, but it could be an interesting way for people, getting people to know the sport.
Yes.
That could be interesting as well. Okay, really looking forward to your progress this year. Also, yeah. Do you have any like athletes that you look up to, or like people that you like akogare, or like you want to be like? Do you have any lifters like that?
Yes. I think like Kodama, everybody wants to become like him. If you do bench press, he is one of my, how to say, people I want to be, like the level I want to catch up. Also my coach here in Yokohama, Yuki Sato, he's a very good technician in equipped. I also want to learn so many from him. Yes. And do you know Naoko Kobayashi?
Yes.
She is in 47. Yeah, she's so strong.
Yeah.
So, yes.
And how much is she bench? She presses like 100 and how many kilos?
107.5.
Ah.
Yes. And in 47 bodyweight class.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes.
Okay.
And These, yes, also many different powerlifters. Yep.
Nice. No, it's really, really great listening to your story of the bench press today. And for those who want to know more about you, where can they reach you? I know you have a YouTube channel, so maybe you can tell us a little bit about your YouTube channel first.
Oh, yes, my YouTube channel is called Magma Akane. Yes, and on my YouTube channel, you can see some my stretching style, my stretching and my bench press form and some entertainment as well on my YouTube. But it's mainly about bench press. Maybe later I will try to do something different, but mainly it's about bench pressing, powerlifting, and working out. Message was on my YouTube channel, and also can reach on my Instagram, also Magma Akane. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, and Twitter I don't use it much, but sometimes I also how to say see my Twitter. Yes.
Okay. So I will link all of that in the description of the episode. Check out her YouTube, mainly YouTube and Instagram.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I've already checked a few videos from you, and I've already had a lot of great laughs watching your videos. It's very, I think it's really, really entertaining and lots of jokes thrown around. So I think it's really funny. And so everybody should, if you're interested, please go check it out. So, thank you today for joining me. It was really, really nice speaking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and thank you who is listening.